Hi, everybody. I'm here to talk about 7 things that helped me lose over 30 kg of weight. So, before we get into that, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Cholwe Changula. I'm a health and nutrition life coach, and I provide coaching services for exercise, nutrition, and overall wellness, virtually and physically. So, if you're interested in losing weight, in changing up your nutrition, and in long-term wellness, of all things, long-term wellness, do not hesitate to get in touch. So let's get into it. Number one, I started moving. I just started moving. So when I realized that I was pregnant, after numerous inboxes about messages of asking whether I was pregnant or not, I decided enough was enough, and I just decided to start moving. So I made a commitment to myself that I would move every single day for a specific period of time. So my movement included running, aerobics, and then I added in a little bit of strength training. So my cardio was running, and then I had strength training that included body weight and weighted exercises in the gym. And this really helped me. Adding the weighted exercises in the gym really helped to boost my metabolism. Of course, I was already burning calories when I was doing the cardio, the running, but then the strength training helped to boost my metabolism and to burn more calories, to maintain my muscle mass, and to burn more calories even after I did the workout. And this is where I started to notice a huge change in my weight loss journey. Number two, I got rid of all my unhealthy habits. Of course, I didn't do this at once, like quit cold turkey, but it was a gradual process. So, unhealthy habits like having less sleep, drinking alcohol. Yeah. So, I cut back on these habits because they really do not have any benefits for someone that's trying to lose weight, lose fat, and to change their life for good. So, in terms of the alcohol was just giving me additional calories. Alcohol has high caloric density, so you find that when you're drinking alcohol, you're taking in more calories and you're not getting full. There's no satiety in alcohol. So you pair that with food. Most times when you're drinking, you have to eat something, you pair that with food, and you find that now the food that you're eating is unhealthy because alcohol also gives you cravings for unhealthy food with high fat, and also ultra processed food. So when you combine the two, you find that now you're having extra calories. So that's one thing that really was affecting my weight loss. The other thing that alcohol does it also causes a slowdown in the metabolism. So instead of your body breaking down the fat that it's supposed to break down, it now starts breaking down the alcohol that you've been consuming. So it slows down fat loss, it slows down calorie burning for people that have fat loss goals. It puts that on hold, and the body now starts to focus on processing the toxins from the alcohol. So meaning your fat loss is on pause for a bit. Yeah, so that's the issue with alcohol and weight loss. Like I said, it also affects your hunger hormones, and you get increased hunger and cravings for high fat and high calorie foods. So another unhealthy habit is sleeping less hours. Anything less than 7 to 8 hours really actually is not healthy. So of course, alcohol reduces the amount of REM, deep sleep, that you have, but that's a topic for another day. So the less sleep you have, the more your hunger hormones are messed up. So it messes up your hunger hormone called leptin, which is a satiety hormone, and it also messes up the hunger hormone called ghrelin. So leptin is the hormone that tells you like, oh, you're full, stop eating, and ghrelin is the hormone that tells you you're hungry, start eating. So it messes up that balance, and you find that you eat more without realizing that you're full because those hormones are messed up. So the less you sleep, the more hungry you are, the more likely you are to overeat. Yeah. So poor sleep also messes with your cortisol levels, which means that your stress levels, your stress hormones are increased in your body, and this also contributes to an increase in your belly fat. So the less sleep you have, the more stress hormones that you have, and you start piling up on the belly fat. So poor sleep also alters your brain function. Your brain is not to function as is, so it reduces, your brain is not able to promote self-control, and so you end up craving junk food. So you eat more junk food and you're not able to control your intake of junk food. So the less you sleep, the more your desire, your cravings for junk food, the more the less your self-control when you're eating, and it just messes with a whole lot of other things. So you need to at least try to get at least 7 hours to 8 hours of sleep. Maybe try to push in a nap in this busy world. I know it's not easy to get a full 8 or 7 hours of sleep, so push in a nap here and there. Number 3, I ditched fad diets. You know, fad diets is where there's excessive restriction of what you should eat. There's like starvation, basically. I will not refer to any diets in this video, but there's a lot of things that even I tried when I was desperate to lose weight, and all those diets did was just make me gain the weight back and add some more. Gain the weight back and then some. So you find that I would lose the weight, say in a 3-week period, I would lose a huge amount of weight, and then I'd get back to my normal eating and thinking everything was all good, trying to restrict, of course, my food as well, but I still gained back the weight and gained even additional weight on top of that. Well, additional weight to the weight I already had before. So I was just getting bigger and bigger. So these shortcuts, these quick fixes, they really don't work for long-term wellness. You're trying to look for results that are going to stick with you long-term, and building healthy habits as well. I don't think it's easy to build a healthy habit in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Everything that's good in life requires processes, some hard work. It won't come that easy. It won't come, lifestyle change won't come in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So I ditched all the diets and I just decided to focus on eating well, changing my nutrition, eating whole, snacking less, and this really did work for me. So fad diets really are more of a hindrance to your overall health and wellness. There was a study that showed that 95% of people that go into these diets that are highly restrictive will gain back the weight, like within 1 year will gain back the weight and then some. There was also a study on the Biggest Loser participants, and they found that because of the excessive restriction of calories that they had, their metabolism also slowed down. So their body was not able to break down energy. They were not able to burn calories as fast as a normal functioning body would. So your metabolism can be slowed down for years, and this means that since this natural process is slowed down, your body keeps on storing fat, and the fat is not being broken down as it should, and it leads to weight gain. So fad diets, they really just slow down your metabolism, they reduce muscle mass, and they are really hard to stick to. And they could also lead to binge eating, depression, and also there's a whole mental health issue behind fad diets, really.